Hey, all you beautiful people out there, what's happening? Neil, Temple of Doom, back once again from Pop Cultured with Silver Screen Sheen and team. Gotta check us out on the radio every Saturday at 5:05 p.m. cjbk.com. That's News Talk 1290, a Bell Media radio station on iHeartRadio. Guys, it's time. It's time for the Skywalker saga to end, and it's time for me to once again review a Star Wars movie. Because everyone's reviewing a Star Wars movie. Why not? I mean, there's a billion YouTube reviews, podcasts and radio shows, reviews, and, why not, right? So before I watch, like, Victor Lucas and IGN and, any other reviews from respected sources, I will, give it my own review, right? I wanted to see the movie first before I saw any reviews. I avoided all the reviews, I avoided YouTube and Facebook and everything for a couple of days just to make sure, that I didn't get any, even like an opinion. I didn't want it even in just a spoiler-free opinion. Now I'm good. I'm going to go watch all the reviews now. So, here we go. So, I've already reviewed the movie on the radio, on CJBK, thanks to Silver Screen Sheen. But I'm going to give pretty much the same kind of similar, brief review here. It's only going to be a few minutes, but it is a lot to cover. So, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. So the Rise of Skywalker, what does that mean? Can't spoil it. How does Emperor Palpatine come back? Don't want to spoil it. Are there many surprises and things? Absolutely, yes, but I won't say what. So yeah, spoiler free. I will say that it was very, very enjoyable, and I was very pleased by the end of it. And pretty much everybody that I went to the theater with, the people in my row, my buddies from Bell Media, thanks to Lawrence Simner, by the way, for gathering the tickets, they seemed to like it too. The opinions that I was overhearing from people were like, well, that was good. Yeah, that was really good. I got to go see it at Silver City, Masonville, and they were giving away these wonderful posters there. Very nice Rise of Skywalker posters. Yeah, it's very cool looking. And, of course, Daisy Ridley was gracing the cover of the Cineplex magazine here that they give away for free as well. So yeah, it was great. Good theater experience as well. So let's get to the review here. The story written by J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, I believe. This film was directed by J.J. Abrams, who of course directed The Force Awakens. This movie is very much like The Force Awakens in terms of its Happy Days reunion special kind of vibe going on again at times. Obviously with Lando coming back, that's quite the reunion. But and Palpatine too. Yeah, so it's very familiar. It was very fan service. A lot of it was actually very much like fan service. A lot of people seem to gripe about the Last Jedi, but I think even the harshest, most jaded and cynical Star Wars fans will find something to enjoy out of this. It's not a perfect movie by any means. If I were to criticize any of it, is that there are some kind of cheesy moments in it. It is, Deus Ex Machina, right? It's all just kind of wrapped up in a nice, pretty bow, just in time for Christmas, right? So, no, it is very predictable in that sense. It's somewhat obvious kind of what's going to happen early on. But, that's kind of the only critique that I can think of right now. There's so much that happens in this movie. The fact that they were able to use Carrie Fisher, in discarded footage from previous films, or at least from The Force Awakens anyway, it was really impressive. I really couldn't tell. It was pretty seamless, I gotta say. I did enjoy, the main plot, with Palpatine coming back as the main heavy, the main bad guy. I mean, who's more evil than that, right? They're not going to get anybody better than Palpatine to be the bad guy. He is the main villain, of course, throughout this whole 9-episode saga. Richard E. Grant plays a new Imperial general. I believe he's a general. He's like that Imperial commander look to him. So he's really good at playing villains. The performances overall they're all really great. They really stand out. Ian McDiarmid is a brilliant actor, and I love his work. He's actually one of the greatest things about Star Wars. You need a strong villain, obviously, to make a movie work well, and this one really, really does. They do a great job. Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and of course Oscar Isaac, and everybody in the cast. They're all fantastic. Some wonderful surprises. Like I said, of course, I will not spoil them by any stretch. But yeah, a good pace to the film too. I thought that The Last Jedi had some pacing issues, but this one seemed to kind of zip along very well. There's a new character played by Kerry Russell as well, as an old ally of Poe's that helps them out. And there's a new ally as well. I believe her name is Jana, and she joins Finn as well. So there's a lot of new characters, a lot of new stuff that's all kind of being packed in there. Loved the C-3PO moments. I was very impressed with what they did with C-3PO. This might be my favorite movie for C-3PO. Just in terms of his character. So yeah, they did some fantastic things, some great things here. So not perfect, but right now I'm kind of on cloud nine. I did enjoy it quite a bit. I wasn't expecting perfection, and I wasn't expecting, a letdown either. I was entertained. I was satisfied. So I'm going to go with an 8.5 out of 10. That's the same review, of course, like I said, same score I gave on Pop Cultured. And who knows if that's going to go up or down on, repeat viewings. I saw the 3D IMAX version, and I definitely want to see it 2D. I want to go with other people and see kind of what their reaction is to it as well. And I'd really like to know what the really jaded, cynical Star Wars fans think of this too, if they see it. I hope they do. You got to go to the theater. It is a theatrical experience. It doesn't have to be IMAX and 3D. Certainly, I don't think 3D is that big a deal for live action usually. But it was a fine experience, and I do recommend it. So yeah, definitely check it out in the theater. Give it a chance. Wrap it up. Like I said, in a nice Christmas bow. Just like Return of the Jedi, it was, very similar that way. So yeah, just so much to talk about it. I could go on forever, but that's all. I don't want to blah, 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 you guys to death. Like I said, there's a billion of these reviews on YouTube. So I thank you very much if you happen to have caught mine. All right, guys, that's all for me. Once again, check me out, Neil Temple of Doom, and also the host with the most, Greg Silver Screen Sheen. And check out our radio show, Pop Cultured. CJBK.com is where you want to go. Just download the iHeartRadio app on your phone and tune in and geek out with us. And, we don't just talk about, the usual entertainment news and movies and whatnot. We also talk about events and everything, conventions and everything that happen here in Southern Ontario, too. So a lot of local news as well. All right, guys, that's all for me. And I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. And may the Force be with you always.